So hi, it's Debbie with Basket Case Mama's Fab Finds, and we are at the Goodwill on what we call the Route 30 or the White Horse Pike in New Jersey. And I am in the plush because that's my favorite place to start. And there's lots of plush here, but not lots of good plush. There's a Beauty from Beauty and the Beast, and I'm always touching and picking things up. That one there is a Pikachu, and I was just looking at the tag, but Pikachus are pretty common now, and they're not anything special. So I was just seeing if it was like an old original one. It was not. So that didn't work. I didn't see that little Grumpy all the way in the back there, but I might have picked him up because he's a little different. But I'm just, trying to figure out what I'm doing. And I'm sorry, I'm terrible with the camera. That's a cute little doggy. Um, I'm still working on this whole looking and shopping and talking. I'm doing a voiceover because it was very loud in the store. There was a disgruntled elderly man who was very loud, talking to his friend, and the music was super loud. So I go through this whole thing. That's a Maione owl, and I do like Maione as a brand. I have a couple owls. My mom collected owls, so I love owls. But I had to leave him behind. There was nothing exciting. I did look him over for a few minutes because, it's hard for me to put them down sometimes. I don't know what that blue thing was. I'm kind of curious and wish I had picked it up and looked now that I'm seeing it in the video. I think you'll see that when you do this kind of stuff, if you do this kind of stuff, that you miss things. So there were a lot of Disney plush, but nothing terribly exciting. But I still kind of tried to look through the whole place. And then I headed over to hard goods, and this is pretty barren. They did bring out some carts, but there wasn't much there, and what was there was overpriced. I was kind of looking for some smalls because I want to do a whatnot thing, and I was looking for some little things that I could put in a whatnot sale. So I have a lot of larger pieces right now, so I was trying to avoid anything too big. My husband is my wrapper of things and storer of things, and I don't want to stress him out. So he's such a good egg. But anyway, I had just brought home a very large ginger jar from another sale. I don't know if it'll be in a video or not. I don't remember. I'm just starting to get used to recording. So I don't know what that was. If you know what that doggy was with the holes in his back, I know it was a dachshund, but I have no idea what the holes were for. I was guessing maybe a pencil holder. I have no idea. It was strange. But I'm just kind of perusing and seeing if anything jumps out at me, makes me excited. That was a Wheaton coin bottle up there. We get a lot of those around these parts because I'm not too far away from Wheaton. I was checking to see, was that a Scentsy? It was a Walmart brand, but it was an owl, so I like that. I do check out this little Mexican vase. It's pretty cute. It was really lightweight though, so it's pretty modern, so I ended up leaving that. This cute little blue vase was also super cute, but again, it wasn't anything special. It was modern, so I left that there. But that was the size of things I was trying to find. It just wasn't that was anything. Excuse me for coming in your ear. I'm a little bit phlegmy this evening. This weather here in New Jersey, it has been cold and rainy, and humidity's not my friend. So I'm just checking out everything. I have a thing for clay, so you'll often see me picking up pottery pieces, checking for signatures, seeing if it's like an actual artist piece or if it's like some local pottery places. I look for North Carolina pottery. I look for different pottery brands or just signed pottery. I've actually picked something up the other day. I think that'll be in an upcoming video. That was a very, very cool and expensive piece of artisan pottery, and it kind of knocked my socks off. So there was a little monster guy and some figurines. I tend to stay away from figurines, but you'll see me go back and grab this one because she's cute. I was just seeing if he's anything special. He's a ski bum. He's a Garfield. He had a big chip on the pane on his little ski glasses, so I left him. There were some egg cups, and I do like picking them up, but That was like a whole bag of egg cups, and they weren't really anything interesting. The pattern was kind of meh, so I didn't pick them up. And maybe I should have, but I didn't. So again, lots of little tchotchke things, and lots of things that just weren't making me excited. I don't even, they were like little boxes. They were like little satin boxes, kind of Asian in nature, but not old. Anyway, so we got Christmas houses, and although they're cute, and although they're cool, and I might have looked them up, I couldn't bring them home. They're just too big right now. I mean, Christmas is kind of out of season, even though you can sell Christmas all year round. It will indeed sell, but I have to store it. So my daughter shows up, and she's got this Disney 1976, I think it was, employee jacket, and I thought it was really cool. But weirdly, it was, the sold comps were terrible, and it was missing some lettering, like the letters had peeled off, and there was one O that was still black, and all the rest were missing. So that ended up going back. So I'm back in hard goods, and I'm scouring and seeing, do I see anything interesting? I'm just kind of looking with my eyes. I do try to go in and reach for things, but I don't know if I just wasn't into it today. If it was because I was just paying attention to my daughter and listening to her and kind of not paying attention. And while I was recording, I don't know, but I just wasn't seeing anything that was what I was looking for. And I was really looking for super cute little things that maybe vintage, just kind of adorableness on the shelves. And this was all kind of just basic to me, and nothing got me really excited. Now I do see something here that I kind of liked, and I picked it up, and it was a piece of porcelain. It was a little teapot. It was a unique shape. It was stamped, but I don't know why I didn't get it. I don't know. It just, maybe it had a little chip on it. I don't know. But it didn't end up in my cart. In fact, the whole time I'm here, perusing for this, that, and the other thing, and looking, there's another Wheaton bottle. I'm not finding anything that I like. Now, in a minute, I'm going to turn a corner here, and we're going to go back on the other side. There's tons of baggies here. Like, this is Baggie Central, and it's glass. So, and then there's like a lot of stuff. Now, I do look at this purse. It's leather, but it's nothing. And the leather, it was kind of, you'll see when I go inside of it, it's a little messed up inside on that one side there. So it was just, I don't know, it wasn't anything that made my heart sing. So I left it, and I was checking out here. Now there's something, and I was going to get it, but it was heavy. It was not marked. I didn't know what it was, so I left it. And if you know what this is, or you happen to know, let me know. But it was a cat. It was solid glass. It had like a blue and orange streak in it. It was really pretty. But again, it was big, and it was really heavy. And inside his tummy was a little fish painted in there. Or it was a glass, maybe lamp work. That was my daughter came to ask me what that was. I think it was like a rooting vase, but see the little fish? So anyway, it was really pretty. It was clear glass, but it wasn't signed. I was thinking it might be Orphors or something like that, but there was nothing on the bottom of that. And I looked at it for, as you see, for quite the time here, because I kept thinking, should I get it? Should I get it? Should I get it? And I ultimately ended up leaving it there, but just because it was so heavy. But here I am looking at the bottom for like the 10th time, thinking there's got to be a signature on this. This is so nice. But there wasn't, so I put it back, and I didn't take it. But I was sad, and I regret not getting it now. I should have got it, but some days it goes like that. It's worse when you get home and you look it up and you find out it was worth like $7,000 or something, and you left it at the store. Just but those, believe it or not, it happened. It happened to me the first time I went thrifting. I left a Rushton doll at the store. I went back for it, but it wasn't there. I didn't know it was Rushton. Didn't know it was a thing. I knew it was old. I remember them from like the 50s and 60s. I was born in the 60s, but I do remember they were around then more prevalently than they are now. But anyway, so these carts on the end are like stock that they just brought out. That's a cute little ginger jar, but it's missing his lid. And I have several ginger jars in my stash right now. So he ended up staying. If he wasn't really like bright, beautiful colors that were super exciting, I wasn't picking him up because I have like 5 or 6 right now, I think. Anyway, so here I am trying to find something, looking, and the shelves are crowded with stuff in here. So I actually think we had left the other store now. You notice my car changed to blue, and we moved over to the other Pike and the other hard goods section. They had a great deal more stuff at the other Pike store, and there was just so much stuff, but there were also a bucket of people in the store, so it was very noisy. So, hence you're getting this voiceover. That was like a little napkin holder with the Stars of David all over it. I just thought it was super cute. There's a little trinket box. I also have a lot of trinket boxes right now, so I'm trying to stay away from the things I have lots of. So I'm looking for something unique that makes me smile. There's a little precious moments. These I'm looking at these little crystal votive holders, and again, sorry, I'm terrible with a camera. But there you are, a little cut glass one, and the other one was crystal. I was looking to see what brands they were, if they were anything interesting, and neither were anything. This is a Crate and Barrel bowl, and actually, I might have picked that up if it wasn't for the fact that I just have a lot of hard goods in stock right now, and I have a very large mixing bowl from, wasn't Crate and Barrel, but from a store like that. I can't remember right now off the top of my head. So I didn't pick it up because I just didn't need anything else to wrap up. This also was kind of cool. It was a little divided tray and it had some inlay, but it wasn't anything old. It just looked old. So I kind of left that behind too. And I'm not an expert on old, so if you know better than me, by all means, do tell me in the comments because I'm still learning. Like there's certain things that I actually know when I see them that they're old because like I said I was born in the 60s. So 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, some things I'll see them and I'll know right away. Oh, this is vintage and this is from this year and that was a little bunny terrarium thing. It was just cute. I just thought it was pretty cute. I think somebody might have put that together. I don't know, but it was cute. And this was a little bunny house. And there were a couple of those on the shelves and they were super cute. But I don't know much about bunny houses. Don't know much about Christmas houses either. I know some of them, Department 56, of course. This was a little salt and pepper shaker, and there was a whole bag of salt and pepper shakers. But they were all kind of just plain. They weren't like anything super cute. I did pick up some recently that were super cute, like figure roll and things like that. I like those kind, but so this was all the holiday section, and they have their holiday section kind of mishmashed together at this store. So there's Thanksgiving, there's Halloween, there's Christmas, there's Easter, there's a little bunny house. So it doesn't, my ADD doesn't like it when it's too much stuff on the shelf. Like I just have a hard time focusing and finding things. It was a really interesting little pink like planter or vase, but it was modern, I believe. So it went back, but I just liked the shape of it. It was like small on the bottom and bigger on the top. And, you know, there you go. Those are all the little things that were in there that were like just little odds and ends in there and some salt and pepper shakers. So my daughter's back. And this time she has a creamer and look at her. Like, I just so proud of her. Wait, you'll say, like, look, she looked it up on eBay sold. She's showing me what this, like, the set she sold for. And the comps were pretty decent. They were like in the $20 range. So it wasn't bad, but she couldn't find these specifically. But she's showing me that that handle had a little thing that was concerning, but she didn't know whether that would affect it or not. So I ended up ultimately leaving it because of the little problem on the handle. I didn't want to pick it up dinged, but she was showing me like the brand and telling me, you know, look, is this good enough? And then she walks away kind of dejected because that was the second thing she brought me today that I wasn't going to take it with me. And usually I mean, not to say not even usually, all the time, she's got a really good eye. Like she spots things and she knows it's something. And for a kid that's in her 20s, that's pretty impressive. So yeah, she's really when she goes with me, she like really likes to help me try to find treasures. So it's kind of fun. Um, so again, like I did find some things on this trip, not in this section though. And pretty soon I think this is we're coming around to this is our flower section. There's lots of dried flowers and silk flowers in here. I do look at the vases. So you see my cart. I do have some things. I have a couple plush, and right now we're going to go down, and I'm going to show you at the end what they are and so what the value is of them. And we're back on another rack. Now this is mugs and things, and there is that cute little frozen mug, but I have some Nightmare Before Elm Street. Listen to me, I'm tired, sorry. Nightmare Before Christmas mugs at home, and that are up for sale. So I didn't want to get them. These were Mary's Moo Moos, and this is little figure, cow figures, and they're super cute. And I was considering getting it because the price was right, and it would be cute for the littles, but the comps weren't great, so I ended up leaving it again. So all this is like there's some Shrek glasses, and there's like all different kinds of random glasses in here. And on a good day, when I'm really focused and not moving at 90 miles an hour, those were all just plain white napkin rings, a little case of them. When I'm not distracted by things and my daughter's not moving, I'm not talking and I'm not paying attention and doing things. So this might have been a mistake. So there was this on the things. You can see it's a skateboard, and I play with the wheels. I know nothing of skateboards, but I do know if they have cool art on them and their name brand, they can be something special. There is no name on this. As you can see, it is plain as plain can be. The wheels were nice. The price was, I think it was like $12.99. A man comes and says, "You're not going to take that?" And I'm like, "No, you can have it." And he took it. And then I thought, maybe it was something that I was missing, or maybe he likes to paint or do art on skateboards. I mean, I don't know. He was like in his 30s. So anyway, he got it. I didn't. I could have had it, but I didn't know if it was actually worth anything. So in a minute here, I'm going to pick up the last thing that I put in my cart, and it was hiding in in a strange place too, because here we are, we're in mugs and glasses, and there's so much glassware, my goodness. And I'm going to turn the corner, and there's more bins. They have bins on the ends. This is a big bin of clothes. The cardboard box is just like filled with clothes. There's a pretty lamp on the bottom, but again, big is not what I was looking for. So I stopped here, and I was kind of looking at that waffle maker for a second, because they can do well. And these are all different kinds of crock pots for days. There's a sign in my little thrift store that says thrift shops are where George Foreman grills go to die. So there's an ice cream maker, a coffee maker, a pink waffle maker. And I'm just kind of looking, and then all of a sudden I spy, with my little eye, down there. Do you see it? It's an electric garlic roaster. So these do very well, about $40 pre-owned. And I look at the price, and into the cart it goes, and that's coming home with me. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about that at the end of the video, but I was excited because I never found one. Now, little story. You need to check these when you do buy them, because inside of them are things. So I did plug it in and check it before I left the store, and the light came on and it did work. I didn't pay attention to the fact that it had stuff in it. So inside of it, there's this little ceramic stone that heats underneath of the little non-stick tray, like pan that's in. And there also should be a little plastic thing that hooks into the pan to lift the pan out. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. I don't have the little handle, but I do have the metal pan and the stone. So it'll still sell well, probably about $35 maybe without that little handle. And yeah, it was really cool. So these bins have little odds and end things in them, and there can be invitations, but I was looking at the coasters, because they had coasters. There's rings for the shower curtains, you name it. So as you can see, there's some coasters there, and there's these metal coasters. I was checking to see if they were old. They were new in a package, so I didn't think they were old, but they were cool looking. They had kind of like those swirls on them, like a fan. They were made to look old, like the old brass ones. And those were just kind of cool, like kind of a snowflakey thing on them. So I thought those were kind of cool. But ultimately, Case Mom was Fab Finds, and I had a real plan today. We were going to go out and yard sale. My neighborhood was doing a yard sale in March. And they were doing a whole like neighborhood one, and I was up early and I had my cash and I was ready to go. And there were 4 very small yard sales in my neighborhood, and they were not anything. They were really disappointing. So I ran and got my daughter, and we went to breakfast, and then we went over to the Goodwill. We have 2 pikes. We have a white horse and a black horse. So we went to the white horse pike one, and the shelves were bare. It was really empty. It was very picked over. There was a very loud man in there cursing about the prices, and I didn't find a thing. I've never left Goodwill yet, one time till today, with nothing. So I was like, wow, this is crazy. And I did find a couple things but I didn't want to buy anything too big. I'm trying to find little things for like a whatnot sale, and they have a lot of big pieces of hard goods that, in my store right now. So I didn't want to do that. So I decided, okay. So we went from there and we cut across and we went to the Black Horse Pike one, which was kind of busy and crazy. And I did pick up a couple things there, but they also didn't have very much there. I didn't find anything in the little category that I was looking for. I did get a couple plush, and I got a electric garlic cooker, which is a good thing, and we'll talk about that later. And then, so we were heading home, and there was a little thrift shop, and I stopped there, and I got 2 pretty good picks, I think. So I'll do the haul a little later with you, but I wanted to do this just to let you know that today was not the best day of getting things sourced, but some days you're good, some days aren't, and that's what it is. So I'll come back with you, and I'll go over the haul, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.